It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Atlanta Hawks come into town in this game. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. The 76ers hoping for a happy ending to close out their homestand before hitting the road. One of the better teams in the league. They're presently 9 games off the lead.
And for Philadelphia, they've had a tremendous year. There were a lot of people waiting for them to take that tumble late in the season. Well, those people might be waiting for a little while longer.
I agree. I mean, it's clear they're not going anywhere. I mean, this is not a team that any opponent can take lightly come playoff time.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. We've got Quincy Pondexter, Teague out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Vitor Favarani, and it's Millsap in at the 4 slot. And that one's good.
Good make to get things underway.
Yeah, and always a relief, I think, to get those first points out of the way and actually get that first sweat and that first bit of contact in the game because that just settles you down a little bit.
And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Okafor with a screen on Hardaway. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Okay. I can't get out of that.
Here's Teague. Millsap a screen. And Teague, here we go. Got a piece of it. And he gets it back. And he gets it to go.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Mike Budenholzer and I got a chance to talk for a bit. With both a win and a loss against this team this season, Coach told me that the one key he wants his team to keep in mind is to play loose on the offensive end. He said in our loss, we were much too static, and we overthought everything on the offensive end each trip down. I just want them to play a little bit more free. Let's see if the extra freedom is the key to their success, guys.
Appreciate the report, Doris. And guys, how does, their offensive strategy fit into this matchup?
I think it should make for an entertaining game. I love hearing coaches say their focus is on offense. That usually means we can expect some fireworks.
Yeah, and I know the fans love to hear that too. Just as I do, I love seeing some high-octane offense. I think it's bound to be a game played at a brisk pace.
Yeah, and right when you thought that shot was leaving his hands, he reinvents it.
He kicks it to Favarani. Outside Hardaway. There's a good screen. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the contest. And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And the layup is good.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
The 76ers trail. Here's Houdini. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. Picked by Okafor. And Chandler, here we go. 5 to shoot. Fires, high post. And the 76ers get it back. The shot's good from Yates.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
T kicks to Pondexter. He dishes it to Millsap. Rebounded by Yates.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Houdini's got 7.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Hardaway for 3. The shot misses. And Philadelphia the other way now. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Now Hardaway following the three-point attempt by Freak. Atlanta again missing.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Noel, a screen on Teague. Left side Chandler. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Outside Millsap. Now here's Teague. He's covered closely. Pass to Pondexter. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Philadelphia leading by 3. Picked by Okafor. Feeds it to Chandler. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Yates. Rebounded by the Hawks. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing. Just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and guys, and once they got spiraling downward, there seemed to be no way to get out of it. All their offense went to pot.
And here is Chandler following Paul Millsap's 3.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Chandler outside. Takes the 3, and that one's good. Chandler's got 7 points in the game. The Hawks trail by 3. Teague dishes to Hardaway. He's looking for Teague and finds him. Nice open look, but it's no good. 76ers have gone 6 of 9, shooting well. Here's Houdini. He has 7. Hardaway with the steal.
Really? That's what they call a yo-yo.
An even 3-on-3 break. Teague, the pass to Pondexter. Back to Teague. Kicks to Pondexter. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And a chance now to see the numbers for Jahlil Okafor. He showed up every night the last month, averaging 15 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable force going to the glass. And it's been reflected on the stat sheet.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Boston. Here's Stuckey. Ball stolen. And now Philadelphia on the break.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Millsap kicks to Stuckey. They get a hand on it. Fast break, Philadelphia. Jackson's got the ball, and he uses the glass on the way up. Now it's a 5-point 76ers lead.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And finished off by Favarani.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Passes it to Schroeder. There's the feed to Favarani. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Here's Schroeder, guarded by Jackson. And it's Schroeder missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Let's see how the 76ers have performed over the last few weeks. First in field goal percentage, first in three-point shooting. And they're also ranked #1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
Here's Houdini. He's got 9.
High quality shot. Just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him SHHing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Now here's Johnson following the miss by Freak. Johnson attacking. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. Here's Schroeder. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Stuckey against Jackson. Feeds to Okafor. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Both free throws good for Okafor. The Hawks trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividend.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter. This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here is Singler. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And Johnson with the stop.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The 76ers third.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Leading by 5. Jackson drives in. The teardrop falls in. Jackson's got his second bucket.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Singler outside. Johnson sets the screen for Singler. Dishes it to Uredko. That's good. Uredko's got his first points of the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Singler outside. Johnson sets the screen for Singler. Johnson the screen. Singler dishes to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. And Singler kicks to Johnson. The call will go against Uredko. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the 76ers. Grant, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Marshall in for Jackson. Here's Yates. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Hawks trail by 7. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Schroeder offline with his 3.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. And it's 6 points for Jahlil Okafor. From deep three-point range. And that concludes the first quarter of play. 76ers lead by 9. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on two. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. Then for the Hawks, Johnson, he's checked in for Vitor Favarani. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Jeff Teague. And so in the game for the Hawks, Johnson out there with Yaredko. Then there's Rodney Stuckey. Then it's Kyle Single. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. You take a look at the 76ers. Right now, the 6th best record in the conference, looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong. And checking out Atlanta, they're at the 10th position.
And right now for the Hawks, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Well, it figures to be a hectic finish to the season as they attempt to lock down a postseason berth. They've got very little margin for error the rest of the way.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Celtics got down to business. He ended up with 50 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little afraid. I mean, anybody who saw that game has to still be in awe of what he was able to do. Just absolutely dominant.
Well, I tell you, he was in such a rhythm and on a roll. He could have won that game all by himself.
Here's Covington. Here's Theus, and he converts the layup. And the 76ers lead by 14.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Another miss by Johnson.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Out to the right wing. Here's Covington. He's guarded by Johnson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And here's a look at the stats for Stuckey. How his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad. But, guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And, Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Pass to Yates. A 3 ball. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
Now here's Schroeder. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Yates. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And scoring at will, starting to pull away here.
Certainly this one's threatening to get out of hand, and soon, partner.
The Hawks call timeout.